We are officially live. Welcome to the Friday Live, brought to you by the Hood. Yo, I do want to say this. Shout out to all of our audio listeners because this is episode 171 of our Friday Live. But we decided to start making this part of our audio experience. So I got to keep that in mind as we do this because generally we stream live on our YouTube channel as well as our Facebook page. But most of our listenership for By the Hood is audio, so we're going to start putting the audio for the Friday Live, as well as some other content onto the audio feed. So shout out to everybody listening to the audio, and we'll make sure that we make this experience something that you can digest either. Also, come join us live because one thing about our Friday Lives for those tuning in for the first time, we have fun, talk about a little bit of everything, and we give back to the community by giving away, a prize at the end of every Friday Live show. Also, our folks join us, so if you're watching the video, you're able to see that. If you listen to the audio, maybe not, but we will read off what they say as they contribute to our Friday Live. And, of course, my name is Jimmy. Corey is with me as well. What's up, Corey?
What it is, though? What's going on?
Hey, man, everything good, man?
Listen, man, I'm breathing, so I'm good.
I see you ain't get the new glasses, and your youngster broke your glasses all up.
Yo, I've been dumb busy, right?
He hit you with the Felix Trinidad and knocked the glasses out. You know what I mean?
No, my man, he hit me with the what's the boy that used to do the headbutts?
George the Animal Steel?
George the Animal Steel. He hit me with the George the Animal Steel. He put his hand on my forehead and go, "Bow!" and just smashed my glasses. But he was just trying to give me a hug. Like, he tried to give me the face hug, John. And he was just like, boom.
Got you.
Big ass head, just smashed my glasses all in them pieces.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the young boy, man. We said we got a lot of folks chiming in live with us, so let's check in with those. Brittany is in the building. Brittany, how are you? We appreciate you. Pascal is here. What's up, Pascal?
What it is, though?
Yeah, Pascal. Like Pascal says, man, everybody who's watching live, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We got Detroit's in the building. What up, though? Hey, yo, Jamil, man. How you feeling? You get over that Lions loss, or you still, a little salty? You know what I'm saying? Like,
easy.
And that's no shots, by the way. You know what I mean?
My team,
that's no shots.
My team was dead in week 11.
You know what I'm saying? Lance is in the building. The absolute legend, Lance. Lance, what's up with you, Lance?
What's going on, Lance?
Yeah, man. Rock Noxious is also in the building. So our folks are pulling up as they do every Friday, man. We appreciate y'all. This is an interesting topic we're going to talk about today. And, but that's a guy checking on my bro, Core. How'd you do in the markets this week, bro?
I played 2 plays every week, dog. I played our official play, and I only played 1 play this week because our official play was my play.
Yeah. So with that being said, though, for those who don't know, our Friday Live, as well as our podcast and all of our content, is powered by MDC Strategy. That is our official private group. That is, it's us as well as a couple other, professors as well. And we put together a whole school, and we have a private group that we do trading with. So this play that we put out this week, that we talked about on Monday, I cracked over 40 by Tuesday. So I was, in shock to Corey for that play.
Done.
Pepsi call was. So Lance says, man, toddlers be doing nasty work to your glasses intentionally and unintentionally. The glasses are toddlers,
Lance would know. She got one. Lance would know.
Yeah. Lance, how is the youngin' doing, by the way? So Jamil says, at least they covered the spread. So we're going to talk about that, man. See, that's the behavior right there.
Yeah.
My dude is a Lions fan, and he don't even care that they lost. He just cared that they covered.
He don't got a team no more. His team is his DraftKings team. He don't care nothing about. Nobody has.
That's how it is, though. 2024. That's what it is. Cookie is in the building. What's up, Cookie? Welcome. Thank you for joining us as well. For those that saw the actual thumbnail to this video or audio, if you're listening to audio now, is the sports betting epidemic, and we're definitely going to talk about it. I have a couple articles to share. A lot of stuff is going on, and we're going to talk about it. K Diggy just checked in. What's up, K Diggy? How are you? You know what I'm saying?
It's really good.
So Jamil says this. He said, we got more pressing issues in the D. Mr. Chime Time got the city in an uproar. Fellas want to knock him off, and ladies want to give him the coochie. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the internet way of spelling it. So shout out to Chime Time. You know what I'm saying? I do watch his videos. He put me down with something in Detroit that I found like rather interesting, which is y'all got a restaurant out there, and they specialize in stuffed peppers, right?
Oh yeah.
That stuffed peppers is some stuff you make in the crib. I saw that and was like, hold up, I gotta. So Jamil, I might be hitting you up because I might be in Detroit. Not that I'm going to travel for the stuffed pepper restaurant, but not that I'm not going to travel for the stuffed pepper restaurant too. So
Things might happen.
Yeah, man, it is what it is. Chas is in the. Hey, Chas, where you at, man? I thought you was gonna come on with us. You gotta come on next week, Chas.
Come
Chas,
on, Dr.
give me
Chaz.
your word right now that you're coming on with us next week because Chas got to join us on here. You know what I'm saying? So Noble says the financial gentleman with the lingo and the gringo. What's up, Noble? How are you? Detroit Pepper Company. Yeah, that's the. I had never heard of such. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about sports betting, and it definitely has to do with black wealth. Our topics are always surrounding black wealth and personal finance, and this is a black wealth topic, believe it or not. So Chas, I didn't hear from you, so I didn't know if he was still coming. But listen, I promise you, if you tell me right now, next week we're gonna lock it in. Chas will be live with us. We're gonna lock it in right now. You know what I'm saying? So, let me see. And we got a spot that makes sandwiches out of pickles. Hey yo, but yo, all right, man. So y'all be in Detroit this week. Stuff up.
Easy, young Jeezy.
All right, so Chas says she's down. So look for Chas next Friday live with us on our Friday live. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up a couple articles that I want to read to kind of set the table so we can have this discussion, and we can really talk about what's going on. So let's get to it, right? First thing I want to share is this. And Cora, let me know when my screen is showing the article. Right?
We got it.
So you got it? All right, cool. So this is an article from The Hill in reference to sports betting. It says sports betting has risen tenfold in the last 3 years. Now, this was written in February of 2023. So it says the 3 years prior, sports betting has rose tenfold. It says addiction experts fear, listen to this, that sports betting is the next opioid crisis. Right?
Too late.
So the sports betting market has multiplied tenfold and has reached $7 billion. And this is 2022 because it's like doubled already. More than half of the nation can now legally gamble on sports. So this is calling it, I'm not going to read the whole article. I will, however, put the article in the link to, the show notes and all that if you want to read some.
Damn, Jim just fell off the earth. But what happens in the article basically is they just saying that sports betting has become like the new crack, or what was people doing? Meth, crack, heroin, and sports betting is becoming that next thing that's addictive to the people. Now we all know somebody that's addicted to betting. Like you got a cousin that can't have a conversation without saying bet. You know what I mean? Like that's how me and my brother act. Like anytime me and my brother do say something or do something, we always got to say bet right behind it. So, I'm kind of a junkie, which is why I stay out of places that cause me to bet. But I understand my addiction. Most people don't understand their addiction.
Yo, my bad. I told you this they was going to do that, kick me off. I'm going to switch computers. But in the meantime, Cole, I don't know how much of the article you read.
I was just talking about addiction.
Did you see any of the article?
I was just talking about addiction in general, and especially addiction to betting, right? I just told people, like, me and my brother, we always end everything with bet. Like even if we bet a penny or we just bet, right? And so we old head addicted gamblers. Like we used to shoot dice on the corner. So we got that gambler spirit, period.
All right, keep talking, Corey. I'm gonna switch computers. I'll be right back. But keep talking about what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, but a lot of people got it right because people enjoy the thrills, right? So what happens is it's not really the betting; it's the thrill, right? The people want to win, right? They want to beat the odds, and so when you got people trying to beat the odds, then you got that's where this addiction comes from, right? And it's like the stock market, right? Like, so me and Jim always had this conversation about why people go broke in the stock market. And it's because they like fast money. They like fast anything, right? And so what happens is people get addicted to fast, and you can't get addicted to fast because the people that make the most money are people who put money in the slow money, right? Most of the millionaires in the United States are pension fund people who put money into a pension, work 40 years, and now they're sitting on millions of dollars. The people who don't lose money in the stock market or people who leave it there for more than 20 years. There's almost zero chance that if you bought VU or SPY in any 20-year period that you lost money. There's like a 0.000 like 7 zeros chance that you lost money. Like 1 in like 100 million or something crazy like that you lost money. And so the gambling thing is people with fast money, right? It's like and these companies are taking advantage of people's greed and addiction, because gambling is about greed and addiction. So I'm gonna put my broken glasses on so I can see y'all comments. Yeah, the dopamine rush. Chad said it's a dopamine rush. Dr. Chad said, yeah, it's a dopamine rush. She also said she's too frugal to be addicted to anything. My wife said, hey, what's up? How y'all doing? Shut the F up and work with Ant. He says it's an epidemic. Even the ladies on Twitter showing their parlays and starting Patreons. Steve said they gamify gambling. I mean, that's the Robin Hood effect, because Robin Hood gamified the options game. So that's the Robin Hood effect. That's the same effect. Gamify everything, right? So when it's gamified, you know, people tend to get to it. Dr. Chad says she's definitely in a black women's betting group. Dang, that's absolutely berserk. But I can't talk, right? So when I first met my wife, I used to go to the casino probably once a week. And she'll tell you this. I used to go to the casino once a week to play Texas Hold'em, or maybe twice a week to go play Texas Hold'em. Right?
Yeah. So let me. So Core, I don't know how much of that article you saw.
It wasn't even about the article. Again, we were just talking about addiction and gambling in general.
Yeah. So it's a part of that article I want to show. And my apologies to y'all, because I was telling Corey before we started that probably what happened, because that computer is a little. Although this computer is a little trash too. But anyway, I'm gonna share it again because there's a couple pieces that I want to read about it. I'm just going through these comments to see what I missed. But shout out to Core for holding it down.
Dr. Chad says she's too frugal to be addicted to anything.
Yeah.
People are addicted to the dopamine rush.
Yo, so all right, so that's the comment I want to get to right there, right? I think so. Ant made a comment out. Yo, Ant is absolutely right. Yo, it's the Jones on social media with the BBLs that usually be saying link in my bio, and now they've been like.
They showing their parlays and
no disrespect moving you to a group. That's y'all thing. No disrespect to y'all, because I'll be watching. But now y'all just out there showing parlays. All right. So with that being said, let me
hold up. Dr. Chad says she's definitely in the black women's betting group.
A black women's betting group, like the fact that that's a thing, yo.
Hey man, the fact that they got a betting group, the fact that anybody got a betting group, like. Are you a professional? Is this what you do all day? Like,
yeah, like, man. Like,
what are you doing? Anyway,
yeah, so let me share. I just want to read. Honestly, I'm not going to read through all these articles, but there's some articles I want to share with you guys, just to tell you that. So I was thinking, we've been thinking about having a conversation about this topic for a while. We've hinted at it in several Friday lives, but he's talking about the boy who sold the team to Jeffrey Lurie. Brayman was his name.
Norman Brayman.
Yeah, he definitely was.
No, it wasn't him. No, it wasn't Norman Brayman. It was the other boy before him. It was the boy before him that got
Oh,
off
so
that got
this-
rid of Reggie White.
Okay, but Reggie White was Bremen. Bremen got rid of Reggie White.
The other boy was the
Leonard
reason
Toast.
for
Leonard Toast was
Leonard
the owner.
Toast. Yep,
Was
Leonard Toast.
Okay.
He went absolutely broke because he couldn't stop gambling.
All right, but let me share this article. I want to just read a couple articles to add context to this conversation, and then we'll keep it going from there. And this one right here is from February of 2023, written by The Hill. But the title of this, and I can go into it, but it says, sports betting has risen tenfold in 3 years. Addiction experts fear that this is the next opioid crisis. So they're comparing what's going on in sports betting to the opioid crisis. Now, this was written in February of 2023, which means the 3 years previous, it had went 3-4. Now it's even bigger than that. And it says more than half the nation can now legally gamble on sports, and that's kind of what started this. But they are comparing it to the opioid crisis. When you hear those words, Core, what do you think when you hear that?
It's true.
You agree with that?
Addiction takes a lot of forms, right? People are addicted to sugar. People are addicted to their phones. People are addicted to a lot of things. So addiction takes a lot of forms.
Yeah.
So it doesn't just mean, drugs. Like anything could be a drug if you overdo it. Anything. Social media, which is why I got off of it for the very most part.
Too much of anything makes you an addict.
Yes. Too much of literally anything makes you an addict.
They got AI spread projections. I believe it because you can write a model for anything.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can literally write a model for anything if you depending.
But that's what the dude from 536 Sports. That's all he did for like the last 15 years.
Like so like for instance, like I mean everybody knows I'm into modeling. I wrote a model for stock purchases. In fact, I'll share it with y'all. I ain't gonna share the code with y'all.
Because Jim is that dude.
I ain't gonna share the code with y'all.
He showed me this model. What was that? A couple years ago.
Yeah, I've been using it ever since, and it's anyway. But let's get back to the sports betting. We'll talk about that later, though. Let's get back to sports betting. So the other part that I want to talk about is this, right? So it's a lot of so many different articles written about this. This one is written by Time Magazine, and they were talking about college students. So it's saying that there are more college students now addicted to gambling than ever before. And as you can see, the picture here is with their iPhone in their hand. And they've done testing. It says when Evan Osmond, a PhD student in psychology at Albany, first began counseling undergraduates about HIV and substance abuse, he expected to hear about their health issues. Instead, he heard about a problem gambling. So these are people with HIV, and they're complaining to him about their gambling. And they go.
They got the whoa, slow down.
Saying that's how bad it is.
They got an immune deficiency, and they're talking about their sports gambling.
Yes. So it says gambling addiction is a disorder recognized by the American Psychiatric Association, but students who don't meet all the criteria for a clinical diagnosis can still struggle with gambling. So it's often correlated with other forms of addiction, anxiety, depression, and some gamblers are at risk of suicide. Because it's legal and because it's aggressively promoted by corporations, because of its capacity for destruction and because of it spreading so quickly, they also call it the next opioid. So this is kind of like, a lot of different places are calling it the next opioid addiction. So this is where we're at right now. And this is a Black wealth story, by the way. And we're going to tie it in a second. But I just want to make sure that you guys kind of get the perspective. I mean, so here's another one here. This is from the New York Post, right? And this young men, right? So it says young men face high risk for gambling addiction. So as sports betting surges. Now this is in 2024, right? So it talks about the parlays. It says that a report in New Jersey from Rutgers University found that a third of the bettors, 18 to 24, wager online than being in the casino. So it's 5 times higher than the 2017 report last time they checked it out. So because of online gambling, it's just making it worse and worse. It says
now you got access. You don't have to go nowhere to bet.
Yep. So 18 to 44 is that range. And by the way, I do want to put this out here, right? I want to say this. I'm not judging anybody because right now I got Trey Young over 25 and a half, and I got Malcolm Brogdon over 15. So I'm not judging anybody, right? But again, I'm also not addicted to it. I know every addict says that, but if I'm addicted to anything, it's the options market. But anyway, with that being said, this is the New York Post, right? And this is going into what's happening in Jersey. So it's another article. I'm not going to read all these articles. I will share them with you. Here's another one. Now I want to paint the picture of just how crazy it's getting, right? This is how crazy it's getting. It says NFL to investigate accusations that Patriots wide receiver Keyshawn Booth placed 8,927 bets in 13-month span while at LSU. Now, this is a guy who had the potential to play in the NFL, who played at the high-level program at Louisiana State University, and now they found out that he was gambling. He was only in LSU for 13 months. He placed 8,927 bets. Core, let me repeat that number again.
No, you ain't got to repeat it. I'm just trying to do quick, man. That's like 30 bets a day.
13 months, my guy plays 8,927 bets. So this is insanity. And so, man. And a lot of those bets he was betting on himself. So it's craziness, man. So this is how far it's going, where you have people with the potential to be a professional. So that means that you have the potential to play at the highest level and, be in a position that many people like literally give their life for. And you out here betting on sports.
He was placing 30 bets a day on himself.
Right? That's how crazy things are. And here's one more article that came out actually today. So there was an employee of the Jacksonville Jaguars, right? And he stole money from the team. He stole approximately $22 million from the Jaguars. And, and this is what he did with the $22 million that he stole from the Jaguars. He lost $20 million of it to FanDuel. So the Jaguars have come out and asked FanDuel, can y'all return that $20 million because it was stolen? Now, the first thing I thought of is like, this must be for like their insurance purposes or whatever, because FanDuel told him FOH, and why wouldn't FanDuel told him FOH?
Yeah.
Listen, so he's a mid-level finance manager. He stole $22 million through a virtual credit card system that the Jaguars use for expenses. Sources with knowledge of the case told ESPN that Patel lost about $20 million of the funds on daily fantasy and sports bets at FanDuel, who had assigned him as a VIP. I guess so. He also lost another $1 million on DraftKings. So he stole $22 million and lost $20 million of his sports betting.
To finance his sports betting habit.
My thing is, you stole $22 million. You up? What are you doing?
Why are you? Yo, man, my man is nutball. Yo, that's addiction. That's addiction in a nutshell. Because nothing after you stole 22 million makes sense after that. Because after you steal 22 million, all right, maybe you might lose $1 million on gambling, but 21 of the 22 million on gambling.
I remember, like, so
dude, that's addiction in a nutshell. Because it don't like addiction makes you do things that don't make sense to normal human behavior or brain. You know what I mean? Like, I
grew up in the late 80s, early. Like, I grew up in the 90s for the most part. And Corey will tell you this. He grew up in the same time frame. Like, dice games were a big thing in Philly, right?
Yes, indeed.
Outside. And I'll never forget as a young boy, I was always observing. I used to sit there and I should watch people who were up, like folks that was up. And they would come to the dice game and I'd be like, everybody chasing you. You already got the bag. What are you doing? What are you trying to win? You already have the bag. Why are you here?
Got all the money in the dice game.
So I'm like, you're just here fraternizing. It's part of your business plan and marketing, other things that you do to get said money. That's what it's got to be, because there's no reason for you to be here. I used to laugh at that when remember J.R. Ryder playing the NBA? Yep. He used to get caught all the time in dice games, and like the league would come down. I'm like, yo, dude, you got a multi-million-dollar contract in the league. You got here gambling with folks that ain't got no bread. Like, so again, my man stole $22 million and was placing daily fantasy bets and losing all of it. Yeah, he was wilding. He was wilding. Let's get to some of these comments and catch up with our folks. Man, so I gotta go back. All right, right here. says it says, fellas, does sports betting make a woman more or less attractive or no change? I mean, is she good at it? I'm joking.
I,
Yeah, I
that
guess
was their question too.
I mean, I don't know. I guess no change. I mean, I could see both. It wouldn't really weigh up high in me personally.
Nah,
Yeah, Dave
nah,
asked
man.
that should make money
Nah,
doing
man.
it.
That's no.
All right,
That's
so first of all,
addictive personalities are not for me. I
for
don't
you,
like addictive personalities.
I mean, to me, it depends upon what she addicted to, but that's for another
No,
show.
no, 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 no. I didn't say addictions. I said addictive personalities. Right.
Respect,
So there's a difference between
respect.
addiction and addictive personality. I'm an addictive personality. I have to stay away from things or I get instantly, suckered in. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
but I know what's a sucker move, so I don't get suckered in very, very often. But
yeah.
addictive personalities are, for me, very easy to spot. Like me and my brother are addicted. Like I said, me and him in every exchange with bet. You know what I mean? Like we're addicted to betting, and we're not even betting anything. Like me and him will bet. Send me $1 over Cash App or send me
No,
something.
yeah, y'all on some Mortimer and just bet $1 like on trading.
Yeah, like we're not even betting nothing of any substance. We just want to say that we beat the other person. And that's literally
that also means you got like a little addiction too, though, bro. But anyway, listen though, I want to shout out our brother.
I just said I'm an addicted
I know, but I'm just saying that it's you a different level of sickness. Like you're not out here losing 22 million, but that's still sick. But listen though, Diamond Dave is in the chat. I want to shout out our brother Diamond Dave. I watched a video on his channel this week, and I believe it was titled "Black Professionals Are Not Going to Save You." And Dave as always was in his bag going in, but that was a dope video. So shout out to Diamond Dave, man, because I told Erica the other day, I said, yo, Diamond Dave, Erica, Kamari, like I stay on YouTube, man. But that video was dope. And what he said in there is true. And he shared an article in that video, and I went and looked that article up. It was about a black family that put their money together. I don't even know where Dave found it. It was a black enterprise from like 1990 or something like that. But anyway, that was a dope video, Dave. So I just want to, shout you out on that. Chaz said, yes, it's very profitable. Okay. I got to start getting some picks from Chaz because, you know what I'm saying, if Brockton don't hit over 15 tonight, we're going to have a problem. But that's either here nor there. Rochelle's in the building. What's up, family? Jamil says, so they're saying Betty has usurped the Fetty as the underdog. Listen.
I ain't mad at that.
I mean, they both listen, man. If you in the underworld online, and there's a lot of underworld activity online, believe it or not, it's just insane to see how many people talk. I'm talking about 9-to-5ers. I'm talking about everybody.
Talk about their parlays.
Yo, the folks that's into the other kind of proclivities is like folks just be out here talking about their bets, and it's wild to see. It's funny because I see certain stuff online in 2024, and it's like I don't even know.
Really, they do that? they do that online?
I see real life gangsters who got podcasts now. Like it's just we're in a wild time in just general, man. Anyway,
people who was toting around guns since the time they was 13 out here with, with pilots.
Yeah, it could be a factor. It also depends on how she does. The internet is not the same as a sports book at the casino. This is true.
Not close.
This is true. And again, that's why I said I'm not judging nobody because I've been placing bets since a youngin', man. Rest in peace to Marty. That was my guy outside South Philly who had a book, and I used to place bets with him before there was internet. I'm talking about we used to bet in the streets.
I'll tell you this. My uncle used to be the postman, and he used to be the bookie. He was the postman and the bookie. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Let's leave it alone. All right, so dude got a problem. He's talking about the LSU thing. That was from Dave. Lance says, my thing is, how do you get the players from participating? Of course, sports betting ain't new, but what happens to the game as a result of it being so prevalent now? So I guess they have to kind of monitor this.
They be cracking down because the NFL players be getting suspended like a mug. Like they be getting 4 and 6 game suspensions. You can't. They got it so in the NFL you can't bet on anything while you're on team property.
I seen LeBron just signed a deal with DraftKings, right? So next NFL season, LeBron is getting paid to give his NFL picks for DraftKings. I wonder if he got equity. I mean, LeBron don't play. He be out here getting equity. So that I don't know whether he did or not.
Pay me in equity.
But imagine you going on tilt because LeBron keep messing up your money. That's gonna be wild.
LeBron gonna get beat up.
Yo, that's gonna be wild because they're gonna be on Twitter going to his neck if his plays don't play out.
Stay off of DraftKings, LeBron.
Yeah, man.
They're gonna be all on his Twitter.
Yeah, the thing. Yeah. So Dave said he thinks these dudes be point shaving, and it's funny because and she says, yeah, he's right. Lance says, yeah, you're right. Man, what 22 M's? He said his would have been in the market in gold. So he basically stole $20 million to gamble, which is insane. Yep.
Absolutely insane.
Yep. Keith says you should have stole 22 million and bounced. Go somewhere with no extradition. Yeah, so
that should have been the look.
And the LSU boy was betting the over when he was at LSU. Yeah, but you still, Pete Rose is still being punished right now.
Yeah.
They chasing the action. I used to do it, just not playing dice. I got you. Yeah, the action is something. 20 M's and I'm out the country. That's what Chad says. Keith says, I grew up in Vegas. Bookie told me the kids to go to the pay window. His parlays were massive. He put in some wild parlays.
My man was putting in 50 John.
Yo, leave parlays alone, yo. Parlay is a donation, yo. That's all I'm gonna say.
Anything more than 2 is a donation.
Yo, the odds, even when you go to 2, drop so drastically that I feel like, yo, again, you shouldn't be betting anyway. Let's just say that, right?
Let's start there.
But if you do though, leave the parlays alone. What up, Mark? Mark's in the building. Mark Smalls, the legendary real estate investor out of Philly. What's up, Mark? Addiction is an inherent trait. Yeah. Dave says, thanks for the shout out. In my opinion, y'all the best community, man. I would say the same about you, man. We get so many folks that come from Dave's channel over here, man. So, there's a lot of, as we like to say, collinearity with our audiences. And see, like right here, like Ann says, Dave stay with the heat. Yeah, they definitely do. People pay for others' life experiences, Mark says. Steve says, Calvin Ridley got suspended for a year.
Yep.
Chad says, I am addicted to Dave and Erica Williams' channel and here because I always learn something new. Appreciate that, Chaz. Those are like 2 of my favorite channels as well. Jamil says, the crazy thing is online books will let you play parlays all day and hit a few to draw the suckers. But if you flat bet and go on a streak and start stacking chips, they'll limit you or back you off. Yes, they will.
Yes, they will.
Friend of mine went nuts on the joint and they made it so he couldn't place any bet above like 250 or something crazy like that.
Who they do that to?
A guy I know, both my neighborhood. Like he was on FanDuel. They cut down the amount he could bet.
Damn. Yo, so that happened to me at the casino one time, right? So I was at the Harris Philly, right outside the city, and I was playing blackjack and got on a streak where I hit queen. When you hit the 2 queen Jones. Mm-hmm. That joint pay out 5 racks. I hit that joint 4 times in 6 hours.
Yeah.
Boy hit my table was like, yo. He was like, you gotta go to another table. And then I went to the other table and won like another 40 racks. I was burning up. They was like, yeah, let us comp your room tonight and come back tomorrow.
So Mark put up a comment says in love. Mark, are you saying you in love with parlays? Is that what you're saying up here, Mark? Are you telling us that you're in love with parlay? Leave the parlays alone, yo.
But the thing about it was they straight moved me off the table because I was too hot. Like, yeah. They changed the dealer like 4 times. The boy was standing directly next to me to make sure I wasn't cheating. Like he was like overhanging on me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like boy was standing right here, and I was just hot. You know what I mean? Like yeah. I was just hot. Like. And then they just like, all right, just move to another table.
I remember Steve Wynn was in the interview, and Steve Wynn like owns casinos and things, right? And he said in the interview, he said there's only one way to beat the casino. He said no matter of fact, he said there's one way to make money at the casino. And the guy said, what is that? He said to own it.
Right? The casino. Be the casino.
Because everything's in their favor, right? If you get too hot, they'll literally kick you out or ban you or something like that. And the funny thing is, he didn't even mind saying this, and it was like 60 Minutes. He didn't mind saying this because it don't even matter that he's telling you up front you can't win. Folks still going to do it.
Yeah.
So Cloud with TJ says, I didn't know about you guys' channel until Dave mentioned it. Great content. Appreciate that, TJ. Thank you for that. Shout out to our brother Dave for always, sharing our information. So Dave says the online platforms will stop your action. Yes, they will. People don't know casinos will ban you if you win too much. That's why game is to play poker.
Yep.
Yeah, poker, you're playing against other folks, man.
That's why I used to go to casino every other day. I was telling y'all the story about how I used to go to casino every day. I mean, every other, a couple times a week. And it was to play Texas Hold'em. I used to play Texas Hold'em for a living.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to play Texas Hold'em in some seedy places in Philadelphia, dog, where it was underground. And
I played in a lot of those places. Seen a lot of things.
Mark said, I love parlays. So Steve says, folks are naming their kids parlay now. See, that's out of control, man. That's out of control. Casinos don't want you to count cards in 21. That's how you win, though. Dave says, if you hit the sports book too much, you have to send a decoy in there to place the bet. Yeah, man. So K. Dickey says, I know a pro gambler who needs VPNs and new phone numbers just to place bets.
Yep.
That's crazy.
If they label you a pro, they won't even let you in the building.
Yeah,
you get stopped at the door.
That's wild. That's wild. So now I want to share something else real quick, Core, because again, I got some information just to kind of buttress my point about where we are with sports betting. So this is a video I saw this week. This boy who has like a doctor show, and dude called into the doctor. Like, matter of fact, let me make sure you can hear the sound as I share this, because we are going to put this audio out. So yeah, let's make sure you can hear the sound. Here we go. So again, this guy's calling into Dr. John's show, and he's complaining about his sports betting. So listen to this real quick.
Dr. John, how are you?
I'm all right, brother. How are you?
Pretty horrible, but I feel very fortunate that I'm able to speak to you today. So,
well, man, let's get into it. What's up?
So, I'm 23 years old, and I've been gambling on sports since I was 12. It has ruined every aspect of my life, shattered everything. And I've listened to a lot of your stuff, and I've done a lot of things to try and put myself in a position to get better. I've gone to GA. I'm still going to GA. I've seen a therapist that specializes in this kind of thing. I just can't kick it, man. And I'm just feeling more and more defeated by the second, by the minute, by the day. So just hoping that maybe you can give me any wisdom or just advice to maybe help me out.
Yeah, man. I can hear it in you. You're exhausted.
Yeah, most people say that.
You sound exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you sound way past tired. You sound exhausted.
Yeah, I also haven't slept in since Sunday, really, maybe a few hours. So it keeps me up all day and just makes me hate myself more every day. Yeah. So I'm just in a bad spot.
There you go. Are you coming off anything?
No. What do you mean in terms of like drugs or alcohol or anything?
Do you use?
No, I don't drink or do any drugs at all. Okay. So gambling has just always been the thing.
How did this become part of your life?
Yeah, so this is the real sad part is just that
hey, hold on.
Hold
on. I'm gonna stop you there. Like, you and I are friends now, and I'm gonna, at least while you're on the phone with me, you're not gonna talk about Kevin like that anymore.
Okay.
That you're sad, that you're a loser, and that everything sucks. You're not gonna talk like that anymore.
All right, so I can stop there, but you get the gist of it, right? And this is a guy that doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do anything. And Dave said it's he also on drugs, but no, he said his issue is he can't stop gambling. He literally can't stop gambling. And I just wanted to have this conversation because I think it's interesting because tying it into what we always talk about in terms of wealth. The old adage, Core, when everybody else gets a cold, we get the flu.
Man.
So if you see what's happening to our folks are getting wrecked with this stuff too, right? To the point where people are losing their entire checks and everything. But this affects everybody because you see the verbiage that the articles are using talking about opioid. That you know what that is. You know, someone in that comment said that the boy sounded like he had Lamar in the Ravens. That was his problem. Is he shouldn't have picked the Ravens, but that's either here nor there. Yeah, man. So Mark said, "Whoa, Mark! Oh, look at Mark. Mark said, let's get a poker game going." I mean,
no, I'm not playing with y'all. No, you will not get me addicted back to playing.
No, it's
poker,
not about being addicted, right? So poker is a fun game that you can play with friends, and there's ways that you can It has to be action, right?
But yeah, it gotta be action. My thing is,
you put up $5, $10, $20 and just divvy out chips and play tournament style. That way, it's not no one's really losing any money, and it's
But then you go home at 4:00 in the morning because after you lose your 20 and you rebuy, you not
leaving.
leaving.
There's no rebuy. There's no rebuy. You do tournament style where there's no you just do tournament style to the last man standing. You know what I'm saying? Just do a tournament style. Whoever win the whole thing keeps the whole pot. So you get 5 folks. All right, Mark, we'll talk offline. Me and Mark,
you trying my gambling spirit, my arm twitching. Stop it.
Here you go. All right, so Ant is trying to get us readjusted to talk some positive stuff tonight. The best parlay in life is betting on yourself, investing in yourself. Best ROI ever if applied. Ant, this is true. But when Trae Young hit that over 25 tonight, though,
you're gonna be doing the.
Trey gotta go crazy, man. He ain't make the All-Star game again, averaging 27 and 10.
That's because he overrated as hell. He don't make it.
I'm not getting into this with you, bro, because I think he's underrated. But that's either here nor there.
Who, Trae Young?
Trae Young is the only player in the history of the game that Dr. Naismith created to average what he averaged and not make the All-Star team. No one has ever done that. Anyway, what up, Aaron? What's going on? So Aaron says you don't have $1 billion industry and not have the players be influenced, specifically the mid-level pros. Now young people are involved because of ease of entry. You got to have a structure. But what happens now when ESPN has ESPN bets? So basically Disney is in the sports betting game. I see people such as the former Sixers owner let his equity in the Sixers go because he want to get into sports betting.
Yep.
How much money do you have
to make to leave a guy,
by the way? Michael Rubin is a guy who grew up a Sixers fan, achieved his dream of being an owner, and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go over here with sports betting." What does that tell you?
Yeah, my man was making millions a year and was like, "No, this ain't enough money."
Dude gonna be right back at it. He mad because he lost all weekend, and Monday night he be right back at it. So Jamil says, best game to play as far as odds, house edge 1.2% and limit. Asians made it high roller is baccarat. You can stay under the radar as long as you steal from the cash register and not the vault.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, play low limit.
So we can debate that because I still think it's poker, but that's either here nor there. Definitely fun.
Poker against other players, not against.
But that's why I say that though. Definitely fun tournament for social folks. There you go, Mark. We're gonna have Corey flying in some weekends to play poker with us. All right. So Jamil says the main thing to have an advantage in sports betting or table games is to have a system, which is A. B. Have a unit size and stick to it. C. And lastly, to exercise bankroll management.
Kind of like an option, like you trading an option, dog.
Because it's kind of the same. The strategy is very similar. I think the best advantage is not to do it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But when Malcolm Brogdon hit over 15 tonight, anyway. I'm just messing with y'all. All right, so let me share this with you real fast to show y'all real fast about this model I wrote. So Dave says, how do you bet sports now without the inside info? So a lot of people
you can create models like Chaz was talking about.
You can create models, right? But the other thing is, and Dave, this is what I find funny. So I run into a lot of people who tell me, I'm talking to them about, how to create portfolios and invest and do real estate and do all the things that I know historically have produced, great results for folks. And I literally have people tell me all the time, like, I don't know nothing about stocks. I know more about sports than I do about that. But what they don't understand is you can know as much as you want to about X's and O's. Sports betting is math. It's really about math, right? It's one of the things that Pastor told me a long time ago, but he was referring to options. He was saying that if you're an options trader and you win more than you lose, you still can be an unprofitable options trader because the math is really what it comes down to. If you're taking 20% wins and you're giving 30% losses, it don't matter that you win more than you lose. Like at some point, it comes down to math. And that's also the thing about sports betting. But people in their head, especially people that grow up watching sports and playing sports, they feel like they have an edge because they understand the game, not understanding the math around it, right? The people that make the lines know what they're doing. And they get the odds, right? So Maxey and Embiid are sure bets. Bet Toby 20 plus while Embiid is out. All right, I see Mark
giving out his parlays.
Mark giving out plays right now. So Mark really got an issue, man. Mark wasn't lying when he said he loved parlays, man. Mark got to chill, man. Chad says, I definitely have a system for each platform, right? So there we go. Jose says, I had to delete DraftKings after hitting a lick during the NBA Finals last year. I found myself betting to bet.
That's what people do. That's the dopamine rush right there.
Yes, it is. Because in the NFL season, I found myself not being able to watch a game unless I got like little action on it. And I was like, you know what? I told Core, I was like, Core, I don't have no favorite team. I don't care if the Eagles win, lose, bro. I don't care who wins or lose. I care about these bets though. And that's how you know it's we got to control.
My fantasy team is slowly becoming my team. Like I don't care about teams that I used to. Like my fantasy team and my daily fantasy team is my team.
All right, so let me share this real fast. Something I've been working on. I'm about to create a model on sports betting too, though. Just to see, just for me, it's about research. So here's a quick model I did on Excel, right? Which helps me determine whether a stock is a buy or not. So let's start with some popular stocks, right? So if I look at Google and I put it in the model and run the results, boom, here we go. So it tells me that Google has an intrinsic value of $309 per share. Here's the current price, and up to $200.85, it gives me a buy signal, right? So, and I use this for trades as well as everything else too, in conjunction with everything else. So let's say Meta, right? Another popular stock. The intrinsic value of Meta right now after earnings is $846.19. Current price $474.99. Acceptable buy price $550. So on and so forth. So this is just another tool in the tool. I might share this with the NBC folks. So here's one right here. NVIDIA. NVIDIA right now, according to my model, has an intrinsic value of $430.78. The current price is $661. The acceptable buy price is $280. So it says right now is not the time to buy NVIDIA. And the information that this is using are the growth rate, is using the PE ratio, earnings per share, and is using that to determine whether a stock is a buy. And it also gives you what the intrinsic value of said stock is. So that's an example of what a model is.
Jim showed me this joint a few years ago. I was like, Jim, man, you sitting on a milli.
I wrote this for personal use, though. I didn't even think about like monetizing this, right? So Apple, intrinsic value 348, acceptable buy price 226. Right now is 185. So it's still in the buy range. But this is how this thing works out. And look at this. It's a company I've been looking at. This says the intrinsic value is negative 130. Current price 2502, acceptable buy price negative 84. So right now, not a time to buy. And anyway, with that being said, that's just an example of how you can write a model. And speaking of, I'm actually, for those, I know nobody's going to be here. None of our folks are here. But I'm speaking at a tech conference in, when is this? April. So it's called the GIS Valuation Technologies Conference. It's in April. It's in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I got a couple sessions there. Matter of fact, they got me doing 2 sessions in one day. And so this would be interesting for all my data science folks. I'll share that with y'all too. I share everything here on the Friday show. For those listening to this for the first time, like our Friday show, we talk about a little bit of everything. So the main topic obviously was the sports bet, but now I'm just, sharing a couple of things. For those that maybe So I'll be speaking on this panel here. It's called Insights on Analytics, Technology, and Assessing Energy Efficiency. So that's me right there as one of the speakers. That's 10:30, April, whatever day it is, April 9th. I'm doing 2 sessions there, I think. Yeah, Unlocking Excellence and Telling Your Story. So this is about using data to tell a story. So I'm doing a presentation there as well. So for anybody in Charlotte, April 8th through 11th, I'll be at that conference, tech conference, speaking on some of those things, right? So that's where I have my fun, man. Data and statistics, which is why it's interesting watching people apply, not use data and statistics. It's not that I'm not going to say that I'm a great gambler, but when you understand the statistics, you understand that it's really all numbers, right? So here's an example of this, Core. If somebody is a sports gambler, right? What do you think is the percentage that great gamblers actually win?
Like 40%, 30%.
It's a little higher. So it's about 50. I think the number is actually somewhere in the 53 to 55% range. If you hit 53 to 55%, you are considered an excellent gambler. If you hit 60%, you're considered otherworldly. But when you understand that, then you understand the amount of bets you have to place, how you have to play it. It's about a slow grind. When you look at the actual data, the greats don't hit all the time. They only hit a little over 50% of the time, but they know how to bet in order to make that profitable. And that's the thing. Our Jamil said it there. It's 56%. I thought it was like 52 to 55, but it might be 56 at this point. But he's right. It's in the 50% range. So Ann says, do you have a tech background? So I have a background in data science, but specifically in real estate. So my background is all in real estate, but I've gotten to the data science side of real estate over the last 15 years or so. So I write real estate models to determine valuation of property, specifically in Philadelphia. But, I just write other models for fun outside of that. And one of the, because I trade stocks, I just made that one up. But yeah, it's specific to real estate valuation. As a matter of fact, Ant, you got to send me a message because one of the things that I'm looking to get better at and learn is SQL. And I think you wasn't it Ant who said he has
Jose.
I know Jose said he got SQL. I owe Jose some information right now. Jose probably tired of me because I owe him information now on something else, but I've just been so busy. But Ant, didn't you tell me that you teach SQL or have a SQL YouTube channel or something? I think it was Ant that said that. If so, you got to email us or inbox me your channel because I'm trying to get better at it. I understand a little bit of Python, so I know how to kind of write a little bit, but I want to really get better at SQL. But I use tools like R, SPSS, like data. Really, this is really data science. I'm not really deep into any sort of cybersecurity or anything IT related. But I know enough to write basic models. So anyway. So Ant is a data engineer. So
there you go.
So a mid-level player in the Badgers with no nil who has a girlfriend with 10 stacks won't miss a tackle, get a penalty, and a blowout the cover. That definitely happens, in my opinion, frequently. And that's what Aaron says. Yeah, that's what you got to watch out for, those mid-level players who really ain't making NIL money. And it probably does happen. It reminds me of that episode of What's Happening, right? And this is aging myself, right? But it was an episode of What's Happening, Core, when what's the boy named Dwayne, when he kept smacking the bookie for a couple dollars, and everybody was trying to find out what his system was, and he was picking stuff based on the color of the team, and they got so pissed because they thought he had some elaborate system. All right, SQL with Ant Johnson. All right, let me save this real quick. SQL, I'm gonna write this down. SQL with Ant Johnson is the channel. SQL with Ant Johnson. Everybody look it up and support Ant. SQL with Ant Johnson. Thanks, Ant. I'm gonna check out your channel this evening, but I appreciate that. SQL with Ant Johnson is the channel. All right, man. So Howie says, did you ever check out the programming kits from Bird Brain Technologies? Allows you to program real objects in Python, Java, and 3 other languages. I learned a little Java from one of them. I haven't, but I will now. One thing I love about our Friday show is because, folks chime in, we get to really learn stuff ourselves. I'll definitely check it out, Howie, and I appreciate that. Programming kits from Bird Brain. I haven't looked at it, honestly. I do a lot of Udemy courses. I found some of them helpful, and just learning different strategies. All right, I'm writing it down now. So Bird Brain Technologies. Got it. Appreciate that. And I definitely will check your channel out. Anyway, with that being said, though, we gonna do our giveaway every Friday evening. We will do that very soon. But I just want to wrap up this sports betting conversation, Corey, because my question to you is, again, this affects us as a community because a lot of our folks are addicted to, like, just basically are addicted, and it's very easy to the point where you ever see that video where dude is locked up and he's literally on the phone putting in his parlay?
Yep.
Right? I know young boys that I've talked to, right, who be like, yo, I need a couple dollars. I gotta go hit they look at it as they think this quick money. I gotta hit this 3-teamer because I need money to like pay XYZ. I've actually seen that. And it just occurred to me like, man, y'all got no system. Y'all don't know what y'all doing. Y'all just out here winging it. So I guess the question to you is, what do we do about this? In your opinion?
We don't do a damn thing.
You sound like Uncle Phil.
We, you know, we is a French word that means we don't do nothing. Anyway, let me nothing. Like the cat is out of the bag, the toothpaste is out of the tube, the horse is out of the barn. We wait for it to crash and burn like everything else. Like, because at this point, like personally, you can do things, but addiction is different, man. Like, addiction is something totally different. Like, me working with people with mental illnesses and the people that are on the spectrum, I understand addiction in a whole different way than most people. And so at this point, addiction is something like you have to change the environment in which the addiction is going on, right? So now I'm about to get in my bag in my professional, in my professional work. You have to change the environment in which the addiction is going on for the addiction to be able for you to be able to redirect the addictive behaviors. And so, the environment is not changed. Like, as long as they have, go ahead.
What I was going to say is that's different when someone had to travel to a casino or to a seedy place to make a bet. What about when they can just pick up their smartphone and download any of these? You know, I listen to podcasts all the time. Almost every podcast is brought to you by a sports book.
Yep. So, what the thing I was saying is, right, because the access is not limited anymore, it's like literally we just got to wait for the empire to fall. Because unless you're going to take people off their phones, and because people are going absolutely broke from their phone, they're not going broke. They don't have to go to the casino to go broke no more. And so really it's about, anytime you want to change something, you got to change something in the environment to make it change, especially when you talk about mental health, right? And then you got to keep changing things in the environment until you hit on the thing that'll make that it's numbers. It's literally it's a math equation done with mental health aspects, right? It's like Pavlov's dog. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's the same thing. You have to do you have to have enough data to be able to change whatever it is going on. So you have to track the data of what's going on.
I mean, I hear you, but that sounds like a battle that I don't know if we could even win, bro. Because
you can't. This is why I'm saying, because the reason why you can't win the battle is because you can't change the environment. If you can change the environment, you can win the battle. If you can't change the environment, the battle is lost. Like, and I'll give you an example. And you have people in your family like this, right? My nephew was terrible at home. He was absolutely terrible. Didn't go to school. Got straight F's. He was absolute menace to the neighborhood that we were living in. Got locked up for stealing a car. He was away from the neighborhood we lived in. My man got straight A's in school and got a degree. So what happened when he came back home?
Went back to his old behavior.
Absolute menace to the neighborhood that he was in, because the environment was the same and the people in the environment didn't change. And so it was literally all about environment. And that's how every single human being is. If you change the environment, you get the chance to change the
No, I get it, but as
behavior.
it pertains to this specific topic, though, I don't think that's possible. So now, if that's not
So-
possible, we cooked. Because listen, there's going to be a generation that grows up with this, and that's what they're going to know, and they're never going to be able to build anything. Yeah.
They
So
cook.
now this starts to make me think like, yo, this for it to be let out and just made legal the way it is.
It was definitely planned.
You make me start thinking my conspiracy bag. Like, hold on.
There's no conspiracy. It was planned.
Yeah,
There's no conspiracy. The numbers tell you that it's not a conspiracy, that it's real. The numbers aren't saying, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So let me get to a couple of these comments. So Ant says, "Are you in on that GameStop coin? My
No.
homie sent me $10 worth in the shop to Corey can answer for me." So Ant, I don't chase shit coins. I just stack sats in this for a reason. And I'm as a matter of fact, that's a good time to talk about this. Not this Monday, but the following Monday, like on our YouTube channel as well as our audio podcast feed. We're gonna have a short pod, a once a week pod. It's gonna be called Stack Stats or Die Trying. It's gonna give me an opportunity to kind of, because everyone knows that like all I talk about is valuation as it pertains to real estate and Bitcoin. So that's going to give me an opportunity to kind of like talk about Bitcoin news and everything going on once a week, maybe 10 to 15 minutes every Monday. It'll be audio as well as video. And in that, I'll go into the reason why I just don't mess with shit coins at all. And we'll get into that. But no, I know nothing about that token. I'm not familiar with that body of work. Jamil says running tickets in the joint is hella profitable, but they'll put you in the hole for racketeering if they catch you with books. Or you have too many zooms and whams. Yo, catching a racketeering charge while in the can got to be crazy. Brittany says W3 School has good info and practice for SQL as well. I'm gonna write that down as well. W3 School. All right, see y'all helping me out. Appreciate that. W3 School. Thanks, Brittany. All right, so that's Ant saying thank you to Chaz. The safest sports bet to play the NBA board and cover every number twice. It ain't guaranteed, but you'll hit at least 1/4, 78% of the time. All right, we can get into that a whole different time. I'm about to go into like the math of NBA versus NFL, which is one of the reasons the NFL is a sport it is in our country.
Because the math work out better.
It's really because of gambling. Like it's really gambling. Yeah, fish out of water. Diamond Dave says feds know this about released prisoners, about them going back to their environment. So Dave said, this is the new online porn. It is what it is. Yeah. Like it's crazy to think because again, I'm not judging anybody. I placed bets as a young boy. Also, he was trying to get to the pun as a young boy. But the hoops I would have to go through to get to it when they can just pick up their phones.
Have it right. The access, no access ever denied.
Yeah, I'm low-key jealous.
Yo, the reason why I spent an extraordinary amount of time in strip clubs because that was the place where all the most beautiful women were at.
Yo, it's like
I had to actually go there though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they have to become desensitized to it. Like you can see yams whenever you want to. Just pick your phone up.
Like
crazy.
The literal reason why I spent so much time in strip clubs is because I did math. I said, where can I see the most beautiful women all at one time? And I get to see them in most of the time naked. So I get to choose anyway. I just did a little bit of math.
Yeah, so Ann says, he said he don't mess with the shit coins either. He just made a few grand so far and through that shit. Yeah. Okay. I listen, I could dig it. Someone sent you the coins. Let's get it. Yeah. Pascal says it's a way to continue to have people distracted. So you got drugs, you got entertainment, misinformation, and gambling.
Misinformation is a big one, and I'm glad he put that up, dude.
Yeah, more distraction. So we got more distraction, more things that we have to weed through. Because y'all, when I tell you that people tell me this every week, they literally, matter of fact, y'all don't believe me. All you do, I put a meme up about sports betting the other day. People are in the comments. It's on social media. Like, I know more about sports. Like literally in the comments. This is a conversation I had, but they put it right in the comments. So y'all can go check the memes. They're not gonna give you that sauce like me though. I do love W3 schools. All right, and I'm gonna check you out. James in the building. What's up, James? Salmon, my guys, what's good? Appreciate you pulling up. Yeah, man. So sports betting is a problem. That's another distraction, something else we have to go through as we try to build with the community. Dave said it best, man. Like it's something. It's the new porn, right? It's the new thing. Man, it's sad though, man. You see professionals going out crazy. They're calling it the new opioid crisis, and you know when they call it that, that means it's affecting every race, culture, color, ethnicity. It's affecting everybody. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's crazy.
It don't. You know, they ain't writing the articles until it affect them.
Yeah.
When it's just our community getting affected by it, ain't nobody writing no damn articles.
Crazy times we living in, man. Crazy times we live in. So I mean, you know, we'll see how things play out. You know, side note, real fast. Trae Young got 11 points in the first quarter. So I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I mean, when you get over 25,
listen, man, I'll tell you this about Trae Young. He's overrated. He's overrated, and this is let me.
I'm gonna let you go. Well, you got it. You got
let
the floor.
Just for 10 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
Trae Young is overrated because people don't like to play with him. And it's not because he doesn't have skill or none of that. It's because people don't like to play with him. And so he's not a championship player. He's a great player, but he's not a championship player.
I guess the great thing about what we do is everything is recorded and documented. So I'm not even going to argue back with you unless he hit, because he might not hit over 25 tonight, and then I'm going to call him everything that you said, even worse. But if he go over 25 tonight, Core, then
I'm expecting a text or a call that says,
We're trying to hit 25
because you know texting me ain't going. You know texting me is not going to get me, so you got to call me.
Yeah, that's true. Corey don't even like Corey phone be somewhere else. Corey don't respond to text. You gotta call Corey. He old school. He one of them guys.
Yeah, like if you text me, you don't want nothing.
Listen, y'all can cook Trae Young all y'all want to. James in the comments saying that he's ball dominant. Y'all can cook him all y'all want to. If my guy score over 25 tonight, he cool with me. My guy V Don is in the building. Don says Trae Young, aka Kevin Love in Minnesota, nothing but empty stats. Listen. Oh, y'all cooking Trae Young. They say he's the new James Harden. That's what Champ says. Oh, now Ant says Trae is overrated, though. I'll never bet on a light-skinned hooper. All right, so y'all cooking Trae Young in the comments, and y'all can cook him all y'all want to. Just tell him to score over 25 tonight, and I don't care what none of y'all say.
Tomorrow, anyway, I'll be getting that phone call tomorrow.
Anyway, man, with that being said, listen, we appreciate y'all. For those listening to the audio, because, again, we're putting this on our audio feed for the first time, our Friday Live. So our audio feed will consist of our regular podcast, our By the Hood podcast, which is Wednesday. Not this Monday, but the following Monday will be Stack Sats or Dot Trying, and then, like, on our Friday Live show, which will probably be up by Saturday morning. So it's like we'll have 3 audio experiences. So make sure, wherever you listen to your podcast, subscribe to By the Hood, because we'll have 3 shows. We about to start cooking. And all 3 shows will be on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel. So it is what it is. We appreciate all the support because, you know, we have a lot of new members subscribing to our YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to hit 10K this year. That's our goal. And, you know, just continue to build in Facebook. I think we already hit 10K on Facebook. We are like 13K, but, you know, we're trying to get that up too. Maybe hit 15, 20 or something like that. But we appreciate that, though. Yo, shout out to Instagram, too, because Instagram is I shouldn't say this because we're streaming on Facebook and they're the same company, but, yo, they out of control, man. They be trying to, like, force us to pay for ads. And I'm not paying for them, yo. Just not. So they kind of slowed our reach down over there. But it is what it is, man. You know, we popping. And also, shout out to all y'all sick people that follow my personal page because I told you they monetize my personal page. So I be putting all kinds of wild stuff. And folks be liking the wild stuff. So y'all sense of humor is just as sick as mine. So shout out to y'all. But listen, for those that are listening in or tuned in for the first time, and this is what we do live. If you're listening to this on a replay, you got to come join us live. Every Friday, we do a giveaway. Most of the time it's Bitcoin. Sometimes we have given away groceries on Instacart. But most of the time it's Bitcoin because Bitcoin is our thing. So we do a random Bitcoin giveaway. We put names on a wheel and we spin the wheel. If you want to be put into our random giveaway right now, put a 1 in the chat and we will add you to our giveaway. Again, we have some first-time folks here. If you win, let us know that you're still here. And if you're still here, you know, then you can shoot me a message with your cash tag and we'll send you some Bitcoin via Cash App. We do this every Friday. This is our way of giving back to our community that supports us and everything that we do. A lot of stuff going on, man. I got a call today about doing a community event on March 9th, and I might do it in honor of Christopher Wallace. But with all that being said, a lot of stuff. February 23rd and the 24th, we're doing an event in honor of Leon Sullivan and Black History Month. So you'll be seeing information about that on our page. So I'll be speaking at that event too. That should be dope. I'm in Charlotte in April, and I'll be in Indianapolis in May. Yeah, Indianapolis in May. I'm at another tech conference from Tyler Technologies. I'll be at their conference in May of 2024. So, you know what I mean? I'm outside. I'm on the road again. You know what I'm saying? Core, did you see the new documentary called The Greatest Night in Pop Music History on Netflix?
No, I don't watch Netflix at all.
Okay. I mean, you watch Netflix shows, but you don't watch Netflix. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I can read between the lines. Yo, while people are putting their ones in, I'm only telling a story. People are putting their ones in right now. But there's a documentary, right? It's called One Night in Pop History. And it's about the making of the song We Are the World and how many legends they had in the song. I mean, they had the A-list of A-list, like Lionel Richie, like Diana Ross, Tina Turner, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder. They had the A-list of A-list, right? But I'm watching this, Quincy Jones is producing, so they had those people, the top of the cream of the crop at that time. And what's interesting is they're all legends in their own right. And I'm watching it, and it's like, yo, these people at the time are all living legends. But when Mike walk in the room, it's different. Yo, I thought watching this, I'm like, yo, Michael Jackson got to be put in the class by himself. Because it's like, did you watch the NBA 75 joint when they had all the 75 best players out? And they was announcing everybody, and everybody was chummy, high-fiving and all that.
Yeah.
And then they announced Mike, and the energy was different.
Yeah, the energy just changed.
It's like you have a god amongst gods. It's like that's how it was when Mike walked into the We Are the World. I was like, y'all stars and legends, but this something else.
Dumbstruck by Michael Jackson.
He was different, and his talent was on another
level.
When
they did that, Mike was on top of the world, though. Mike was selling out 200.
This is the 80s. Yeah, this is the 80s.
Yeah, so when you look at it, Mike was selling out like stadiums around the world. Like that was unheard of for a black artist to do what Michael Jackson was doing. It was absolutely unheard of.
They were showing him in the studio, like he wrote it. Him and Lionel Richie wrote it. And they were showing him like laying the vocals and creating it. It's like,
and he was showing them the pieces. I did see that.
Well, no, this is a new one. This just came out this week.
Oh no, then I didn't see that one.
Yeah, so
but I seen something about that because Mike was like laying the vocals and then he was showing them how to sing it and what level and what pitch.
There's been clips of like the because they used the clips of there was a making of it that came out in the 80s when they did it. But this is a documentary, so they show it. So it's probably the clips you've seen. So, but no, it's like legends, and then it's just him. Like we gotta call him something else. Like, all right, so
your favorite rapper.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, maybe Icon or something. It was just different. It was like, yo, and you can see like the difference, like because they know it too. They know it too. They like, all right, that's Mike, like. LaJoya, Don and Rock Noxious are in here. Rock Noxious. So again, this is our spin to give away some Bitcoin. We got Jamil and Pascal also joining our giveaway. And I'm going to read these names when I finish putting them in the wheel of names so everybody knows and make sure I don't forget anybody. Satisfying World is in here. But yeah, you got to check that out, man. It's also, speaking of sports betting, it's also another good show on HBO Max. Well, it's Max now. It's called Bookie. It's 8 episodes. It's real short, but it's hilarious. It's a comedy, but it's good though.
See, I can get with comedy. I like comedies, and then I like to see people die.
All right, I don't know if you know how that sounds, but y'all could tell them how that sounds. Like the juxtaposition.
Hey, listen, man. If I'm being entertained on my little square box. Bullets got to be flying. Bazookas got to be going off. Somebody got to get punched in the face. Like, I don't want to see nothing where somebody is just talking a lot and kissing the other person. I don't want to see none of that.
No drama.
Yeah, you can keep that. Keep that over there. I need somebody. It's drama in somebody getting their face punched in.
Hold on, that means you never watched Billions then.
Well, it was a lot of backbiting in Billions, and people did get people got killed in Billions.
Nah, not really. It's not really no murders in Billions.
Man, which Billions was you watching, bro?
It's Showtime. Who got murked in Billions? I'm trying to think who got murked in Billions. So what dates in May? So let me check that now. May I'll be in Indianapolis. Charlotte will be April, the week of the 8th through the 11th. That week, I'll be in Charlotte. Pascal says WWE Raw streaming live on Netflix. Netflix is going live. I want to see how that plays out because I remember Netflix already tried to go live one time and it was a disaster when they tried to go live for that reality show they had. Yeah, man. So let me read the names off that we have that we're going into our random spin. And remember, you gotta let us know you're still here if you win. But yeah, Corey, you put that down to look up the show. It's called Bookie. It's only 8 episodes. Each episode is like a half hour, but it's pretty good.
Let me write that down because
yeah, it's called Bookie.
I only watch stuff that y'all recommend because I don't know what's on. I don't watch TV that much, and I definitely don't watch nothing on paid sites.
I mean, what you got left? You already cut sports off, so like I don't even know what you got left now.
Man, listen, I cut off the internet. I mean, not the internet, but the I'm social media. Like I'm only on there to make sure, to watch your kids grow up and say congratulations and stuff. Like I'm not really
happy. That became your happy birthday app.
Yeah, like I'm not really on there because I spent years giving advice that people don't listen to. So if you want to know what I think about the world, all you got to do is go and hit my timeline and scroll back, and you'll find out. Like I'm sick of explaining the same thing over and over and over and over again. So,
all right, man. So we still in the first half, and Trae Young already got 14. So if he don't go over 25, I'm really gonna be pissed, y'all. So if y'all see me going full tilt on my timeline, it's because my man got 14. Anyway, what
did Maxey end up with last night? He had 41 at the 3 quarters, and I fell asleep.
I don't even know what he finished with. He was cooking though. He definitely was. All right, so here are the names that we have in our wheel. We have Lorraine, Champ, Chaz, LaJoya, Don, Rock, Jamil, Pascal, Satisfying World, Mark, Steve, K. Diggy, Jose, Greg, Brittany, and Ant. Are we missing anyone? Please let us know if we're missing anyone. Hold on, I put Don. I can't put Don's name without putting his full name.
Cheating ass
V Don. Side note, MGK, he finished with 51 points last night. MGK, not the rapper, but the ETF, hit an all-time high today. We had close to 280. And I'm only pointing that out, and this is not investment advice. I'm not telling anybody to go buy MGK. I'm only pointing that out because I was on this show. We're on episode 171. I was on here a couple years ago.
Yes, he was.
Telling y'all how MGK is my favorite purchase. At the time, it was $80.
Yep.
We said 280. Anyway, I just want to put that out there.
Say no more.
That's all. I'm gonna leave it at that, right? Again, the thing about doing these live shows and things like that is
it's all documented.
Yeah, just like Corey's Pepsi play is documented. That's right, Lorraine. MGK. That's the Vanguard Mega Cap Growth ETF. Yeah, hit an all-time high today. So, I was pretty excited about that, man. Anyway.
Just saying.
Yeah, with that being said, just as excited as I'm going to be if my man hit over 25 points tonight, why all y'all hating on him. All right, man, let's get ready to spin, y'all. I'm not missing no names, am I right? And Don is also want to pile on to the Trae Young slander. He calls him Trash Young in the chat. So everybody's pooping on Trae Young. Y'all about to learn, though. Before we spin, we got a question. You catch Benzino serve the White Knight with 2 destroy. Hold up, you from Detroit, though. I thought you were supposed to be a home protectionist. I'm laughing because no one believes that Benzino wrote that. I gotta be honest with you, right? He cooked him. That second joint, he cooked. I ain't really like the first one, but he cooked him. But the funniest thing is he cooked him.
No one believes it.
The whole timeline was like, he ain't write that.
Damn. Yo, what did that say about your career that you made a diss track that everybody likes and nobody believes that the words are yours? What does that say?
That also means that people feel like you really cooked him.
Huh?
I said that also means that people feel like he really cooked him.
Yeah.
Because it was too good to be true. Anyway, yo, getting cooked by Benzino was wild because Benzino be on Tubi movies going wild now. All right, I'm missing one, which was Edvard. Edvard, I'll put you into the giveaway. Am I missing anybody else? All right, so Edvard. All right, Edvard. I didn't mean to mention the name of Edvard. Anybody else? I'm going to give you 20 seconds, and then we're going to spin. While waiting this, make sure we got everybody. Again, make sure you subscribe to the audio version of our podcast. We'll have 3 shows on there now. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the Facebook page, do all that good stuff, man. Hit the like button on this video as well if you're watching live. We appreciate everybody who showed up live to support what we got going on. And let's do our giveaway. So good luck to everybody. And let's do our spin. And our winner this week, and remember, you gotta let us know you're still here, is Lorraine.
Congratulations.
Lorraine, are you still here? Lorraine, if you are here, let us know. I know you are because you just put the MGK up. And Lorraine, if you are here, let us know. And then once you let us know that, shoot me an inbox on IG. Shoot us an email, bythehoodllc@gmail.com. Don't forget the LLC. Or shoot me a personal inbox at JW the Blueprint, and that's on all platforms. But let's make sure that she is here because you know how we play, Core. If you're not here and you win,
spin again.
After 30 seconds, we will respin this.
Spin off on you.
Yes. And this Friday Live has been powered by MDC Strategy. That is our private group. MDCstrategy.com is the website. Lorraine says she is here. For those who don't know, we do a live class over there. It's actual class once a week. Mondays at 7 p.m. is our live class. We have a catalog of, at this point, I think we're like 350 classes deep. Shout out to Jose who just joined the MDC, and he sent me a beautiful message about all the different, he was talking about the cover calls he learned there. He's watching all kinds of different, like the classes in the vault, and he told me how much he got from it. So I appreciate that, Jose. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, man, so that's what we got going on. Don't forget, the new show, Stack Sats or Die Trying, will be out. Let's see. So this Monday coming up is the what? The 5th? The 5th?
Yes, that's my son's birthday.
Okay, shout out to the youngster's birthday. Which son is it?
Yeah, because today's the 2nd. So Monday is the 5th.
Which son is that?
Charles.
Charles' birthday. All right, so happy birthday to Charles. Happy early birthday.
Yeah, he was born, he was Super Bowl baby.
Okay, I see what you was doing. All right, so anyway, your parlay must have hit. Anyway, listen.
Easy.
So February 12th will be the first episode of Stack Sats or Die Trying. That's our Bitcoin show that we got coming up. That's going to be fun because I could really get in my nerd bag and dig deep, talk about the mempool. I could talk about economics. I could talk about Georgism. I could talk about everything on that. So it's going to be a nerd out show. So, it's only built for Cuban links. So make sure that, you cut from that cloth before you tune into that. We appreciate you guys as always. Thanks for the support. Lorraine, shoot me the message and you shall get your Bitcoin right away. With that being said, everybody stay safe. Corey, you got any last words out there, man?
Yeah, just don't kill each other.
That's where you at with it now?
Yeah, man. Because there's a lot of way to kill somebody without putting them in the dirt. You know what I mean? Just stay off each other, man. Yeah, man. Have a great weekend, everybody. Remember, Trey Young over 25. We need Malcolm Brogdon over 15, and we're going to have a party. With that being said, stay safe. Stay out of trouble. You know what I mean? We love y'all, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.